my opinion, I have successfully been able to use makeup as a way of combining all three of my media products. Saussure suggested that media texts have two layers of meaning. He identified the two layers of meaning called the signifier and the signified. The signifier is the literal thing, so in this case it will be the literal makeup that the characters are wearing. However, the signified refers to the deeper layers of meanings and connotations associated with that thing. I use makeup in two significant ways in order to encode deeper layers of meaning for my consumer. The first way in which I did this was through the fact that the makeup I used was naturalistic, and therefore this helped to encode that the life of my central protagonist was normal and thus relatable for audiences. This therefore meant that when things started to go wrong, it was more unsettling for audiences given that they had related to the normality of the central protagonist and how she was presented. I also used makeup to encode Bee's vulnerability and the fact that she was so vulnerable and scared as a result of her mental illness that she felt the need to wear thick and heavy makeup all the time. This therefore emphasized her vulnerability given that she felt so self-conscious, thus meaning that she needed to wear makeup all the time. Therefore, you can successfully see how I've been able to use makeup to encode deeper layers of meaning within my media products. I have used makeup consistently to ensure that the meanings that I've encoded were consistent across all three of my products, thus ensuring that my products were coherent. This therefore demonstrates how I was able to think carefully about how I wanted to use makeup and the deeper layers of meaning that the makeup I used was going to encode. This therefore demonstrates that I used makeup effectively to combine my media products, whilst also thinking about what the makeup I used was going to encode and how the audience was going to decode the makeup which I used. Therefore, I would say that because I thought about what meanings were going to be encoded from the makeup which I used, it successfully allowed me to combine my media products in an effective manner. Although my central protagonist does wear a full and on and heavy face of makeup within the poster, this is supported and reinforced through my other media products, meaning that I have successfully been able to combine my three media products through my consistent use of makeup which I have used. As you can see from the poster, the manner in which my central protagonist is wearing heavy makeup means that her eyebrows are clearly defined and her lashes look long and bold. You can also infer, despite the gradient colour that has been added to the photo, that she is wearing eyeshadow, given that there are a lot of shadows around her eye. Furthermore, the manner in which her lips also look darker and more pronounced helps you infer that she is wearing a bold and exaggerated lipstick. This therefore helps to establish that although my character's makeup is bold and pronounced, it is also naturalistic, given that a teenage girl would be seen wearing this makeup on a day-to-day basis. I thought this bold and makeup look was really effective within my poster, given that it helped to draw attention to different parts of her face, thus meaning that her eyes stood out a lot when looking at the poster. The manner in which her eyes stood out when looking at the poster therefore meant that you were drawn to look at her eyes that were looking also directly into you. This naturalistic and yet bold makeup look I wanted to use and create within all three of my products to ensure that I could combine my media products but also ensure that I could create a sense of realism and believability that I was trying to create with the makeup designs that I was using. As you can see from my magazine front cover, once again my central protagonist is wearing a heavy face of makeup. You can see that she is wearing thick and bold eyeliner to enhance her eyes, which I directed her to do. This is really effective in my opinion, given that it makes it more engaging as a reader, given that you are drawn directly to her eyes which are also looking directly at you. You can see from how her lashes are very long that she is wearing eyeshadow, that her eyes are enhanced and therefore more dramatic. This therefore means that her eyes are one of the first things you look at when looking at the magazine front cover, given that the makeup she is wearing helps to draw your attention directly to her eyes. The bold eye not only helps to create continuity between my media products, given that it successfully combines them through the bold yet naturalistic look that my central protagonist is using, but it also helps to ensure that my consumer is drawn to look directly into the protagonist's eyes, which is really important within the magazine trailer and poster. Furthermore, you can also see from the way in which the magazine front cover captures a shot where her eyebrows are sharply defined, we once again place emphasis on her eye, given that the defined eyebrow helps to draw attention to that part of her face. Also, the matte lipstick on the magazine front cover once again helps to combine my media products, given that this is a bold and statement makeup look which I also used within the film poster. This therefore shows how I've successfully been able to use makeup in order to combine my three media products and create a coherent brand identity through the way in which the central protagonist is presented. Finally, I was able to use makeup as a way to combine all three of my media products through the manner in which I was able to use this bold yet naturalistic makeup look throughout several shots within my trailer. This helped to successfully ensure that the representation of my character was consistent, and therefore that my media products were combined in an effective and successful manner. We can see how I have been able to create a brand identity and allow my audiences to easily identify that all three of my products are under the same marketing campaign from the way in which I have used consistent makeup designs in order to combine my media products in an effective and coherent manner. The first example from my trailer where we can see how I have successfully used this bold yet naturalistic makeup look is in the establishing shot of Bee lying in her bed. From this shot we can see where the manner in which her eyebrows are sharply defined and her eyeshadow is bold, our attention is drawn to her eyes, like it has been within my other two media products. We can also see through the manner in which she is wearing a bold and bright lipstick that this bold yet naturalistic makeup look has been achieved consistently throughout all three of my media products. This therefore means that I have successfully been able to combine my media products whilst also using makeup to encode deeper layers of meaning like Suzur said. I used this makeup and this bold look in order to encode the fact that Bee felt vulnerable, given that she felt insecure about her appearance, meaning that she wore more makeup in order to try and make herself feel more body confident. Another example of a shot within our trailer that places particular emphasis on this bold yet naturalistic makeup look that we have used for Bee are the shots of Bee within the bath. You can see from this shot within the bath how eyeshadow is still pronounced and bold given that it is bright pink. You can also see that despite her makeup slightly smudging around her eyes, it is still drawing attention to her eyes, thus meaning that we have successfully been able to combine all three of our media products through the manner in which Bee's makeup draws attention to her eyes. You can also see from this makeup that her eyebrows are sharply defined, again drawing the audience's attention to the area of her eye. This therefore shows how we've also been able to use this bold yet naturalistic makeup look consistently within our trailer as well as our other media products in order to combine my media products in an effective manner. The fact that I have captured Bee wearing makeup when she is evidently underwater also helps to show how we have used it in order to encode a deeper layer of meaning like Suzur said. The fact that my central protagonist is always captured wearing this bold and dramatic makeup look helps to show that she is very vulnerable and insecure. It helps to show that she does not feel confident when not wearing makeup, thus meaning that she has to spend a lot of time every day, even when in the bath and doing activities where people will not see her, to ensure that she is wearing a lot of makeup and therefore feels body confident. This makeup design that I have used successfully helps to combine all three of my media products, given that all three of my media products show my central protagonist wearing a bold and statement makeup look. This therefore ensures that the representation of my central protagonist is consistent, thus ensuring that the way in which I have represented my product helps to create a brand identity. It therefore means that audiences and consumers will be able to identify my film through the use of this central protagonist and the manner in which she has been presented. This is another example of a shot within our trailer that helps to show the bold yet naturalistic makeup look that we were trying to achieve with Bee. The way in which a light has been shined onto Bee helps to place emphasis on her contour within this shot. This helps to reinforce the idea that Bee is very vulnerable and insecure, given that she feels the need to wear a lot of makeup and all the different makeup things on a normal day out or a normal drive within her car. You can also see from this shot that her eyelashes are very long. This is emphasized through the fact that the camera is side on to her face, thus helping the audience to see the length of her eyelashes better. This once again helps to enforce that she's wearing a lot of mascara and therefore helps to show that she is wearing a bold and dramatic makeup look within this shot. Once again in this shot you can also see that she is wearing a bright, bold pink lipstick. This again helps to combine our media text given that we have used this bright, bold lipstick colour in all three of our texts. This therefore shows how we were able to use makeup in order to combine our media products in a successful manner. It shows how I've successfully been able to combine all three of my media products, ensuring that my audience will be able to understand that they are all working underneath the same marketing campaign. It increases the chance of my audience being able to identify my three media products and the film that they are promoting. This would therefore suggest that the combination of my media products through the use of makeup is professional looking. In my opinion, this is another example of a shot within our trailer that places emphasis on Bee's bold and dramatic yet naturalistic makeup look. From this shot you can see that Bee is wearing a lot of eyeshadow, given that the way in which her eyes are slightly looking down and her head is tilted back thus means that you can see her eyelid more. This therefore places emphasis on the fact her eye makeup is bold and pronounced, thus meaning that it shows how we were able to create continuity between our products, given that we use this bold and dramatic eyeshadow look throughout all three of our products. It also successfully shows how we were able to encode the fact that Bee feels more vulnerable now within her life. This goes with the action of the shot given that Justin is aggressively holding her face, thus meaning that Bee is wearing a lot more makeup now given that she feels so insecure and vulnerable as a result of how Justin is treating her and how her mental illness is making her feel. It is possible to say that pretty much all of the shots within my trailer that capture Bee show and reveal her wearing this bold and dramatic statement makeup, which would also be considered naturalistic for a female teenager. Therefore, this shows how I've been able to use and repeat this makeup look throughout my trailer to ensure that it is an established makeup shot, thus ensuring that the combination of my media products has been effective. My overall use of makeup therefore shows how I have been able to use makeup to represent Bee consistently throughout my three products, thus meaning that she functions as a brand identity for my film. The way in which I have combined my products through my use of makeup successfully demonstrates the manner in which I have been able to ensure that the representation of Bee is easily recognizable. This therefore means that my audience can recognize Bee through the manner in which she is represented in a similar and consistent manner throughout all three of my media products. It also shows how I was able to use makeup, like Suzia said, in order to encode a deeper layer of meaning about my central protagonist. I was able to use makeup in order to encode the fact my protagonist felt vulnerable and insecure given that she felt the need to wear makeup all the time. The way in which I encoded this meaning successfully throughout all three of my products also shows how I was able to effectively combine my media products in a successful manner.